Yes.
Do you perform the event by yourself?
You know what? I was gonna print it out because it was originally my poem, and we split it up when the show went on the road, went on tour. There's a piece with 4 women in it, and we were gonna go out right after them and do I'm a Man after, and then it didn't make sense to me to go out after these 4 women, so we split it up so that the 3 of us did it. So it's originally my poem. I should have printed it out because I haven't read it since like in like 07 maybe, something like that. So yeah, I don't have that. I don't have Sick and Tired either. Don't ask me about that either. Just get that out the way. I wrote that, and that's the only time I ever performed it. Damn. So if you see it on the YouTube shit, that's it. I got into an argument. I wrote it because I got into an argument with Mos Def about this. I have a saying. I was asked to do the Negro Auction Network. Mm-hmm. Yes. So Mos had an issue with me saying music is the new cotton. Because I have this thing I say music is the new cotton. People sell themselves for anything nowadays. For the most part, they sell themselves for nothing, right? And so he was like, how could you compare what Billie Holiday or Miles Davis or Jimi Hendrix did to slavery? You know, that you can't even compare those things. And I go, they were all drug addicts. So they all were slaves to vices they allowed themselves to be slaves to. You know what I'm saying? And so I was like, so it's not always the industry making slaves out of artists. Sometimes people become slaves to the spotlight and do whatever's necessary to maintain it. You know what I'm saying? So even though they created these amazing things, they were also drug addicts. So I wrote Sick and Tired because of that. And then that was the only time I did it. So I don't have that. But I guess I could transition into Negro Auction Network, which I originally wrote after watching the Video Music Awards on MTV. Years ago, 50 Cent was on, and he was doing his PIMP song, and at the end of the song, the curtains went up, and all the pimps on stage with the hoes in the cups, and they gave it a standing ovation. And I sat at my house pissed off. I was sitting with my daughter, and I was pissed off because for years, we try and shed that image. And for it to come back and be sold back to us is so ass backwards in way of thinking. So I wound up writing that piece in Negro Auction Network, like I said, because I believe music is the new cotton. And I wound up having personal issues with the poem. And I wound up going to New Zealand. And I was hanging out with the Maori, who were the natives there. We were at this festival, and there were like 8 or 9 of us. And these girls walked by. And the dude looks at me and he's like, she look good, huh? And I was like, yeah, she look good. And he's like, she got a big ass, huh? I was like, yep, she got a big ass. He's like, that's how the niggas like it, right? And I was like, no. And I got in this big discussion. And what you realize outside of this country is that we're importing and exporting this entertainment. So what people see on TV and hear on the radio is what they expect us to be. And so we need to be more responsible with the shit we put out. And it sounds cliche. I say this all the time. It sounds real cliche to be like, words are powerful. Watch what you say, be more responsible. But I'm also a firm believer that the worst thing in the world is an ignorant person with a strong opinion because they can fuck up so many things. I came back from that trip. When I went on that trip, I came back just in time for, I think it's maybe about 3 years now, 3 6 Mafia, won an Academy Award for a pimp. Yeah. Terrible. Disgusting, right? I was disgusted watching that. Because the Oscars is supposed to celebrate excellence. You know, and for them to recognize that as the song of the year and then broadcast that shit to 1 billion people around the planet could almost make you believe in a conspiracy to make us look messed up. Right. And so I started doing the poem again, so here it is. Negro Auction. Next up on the Negro Auction Network, we have a premium 5'10" young Negro buck brought to you by way of Any Ghetto USA. This Negro comes complete with platinum crucifix, 2 baby mamas, pinky ring, tattoos, either bald head or dreads, you decide. Willie would customize your Negro to grab his nuts on cue and throw up a peace sign. Now I know you might be thinking, is this the right Negro for me? Well, look no further, because this is the right Negro for you. Because all of our Negroes come with a full lifetime guarantee, which covers regular slight updates to his vocabulary, so your Negro will always stay up to date on all the new street lingo. Also included in this deal is a genuine cubic zirconia encrusted Rolex, set half an hour slow, so your Negro won't ever be on time and he will still look good being late. And now, we will give him admission to all the hot poetry spots and clubs around town, so he can be perceived as positive, at least part-time. This seems to work well with the hoes. Here's a sample of some of the poetry you might hear from him. My people, life is hard. Cause it's hard being black. Cause black is hard, and hard is life. And black means life, but it also means royalty. Cause we were all kings and queens before we were slaves. My black African Nubian goddess, sister queen. I never disrespect you. I love you. You're not a bitch or a hoe. Power to the people. Inshallah. Ashe. Hotep, niggas. And no one will question him because he at least looks like he's trying. This is one of those pretty Negroes with that mulatto hair, with 14 karat gold teeth, which can be upgraded to platinum for pennies to the dollar. And with the charisma this Negro has, you are sure to find plenty of Negroes who want to be just like him, who specialize in keeping it real, looking mean at everybody, and have can afford different size rims on the same car. This Negro talks loud in movie theaters, restaurants, libraries, and anywhere else quiet is appreciated. This Negro will caricature the entire race until no one expects anything from blacks except niggas. Scared your Negro might act up? Just throwing the news the Wayne anthem, and your Negro will nod his head in agreement with anything you'll say. Ding, ding, ding. That is the last chance bell, which means this is your last chance to get this Negro at this price. This Negro's item number is 644-437-1-800-niggas. And order your Negro now. Operators are standing by.
Word.